plug me in here, Robert. How am I gonna? I gotta get a cord. Need a what? How am I supposed to do that? You're live. You're standing in front of. Say hi to everybody. Sorry guys, we're going to start in about 2 minutes. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty. Hang on a second. Oh yeah. Just go fast, don't move. Woo! Everybody clap! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
I'll get everybody from over here too, and I'll get them all to come up here so we can buy the flag. So,
all right!
Hey, if the adults don't have to wear the masks in restaurants, neither should the kids while they're sitting down, correct?
Woo!
All right, guys.
right over here at the back.
People coming. Should we wait till 5:30?
No, let's get 5 more. Can everybody move over here so we can get a big group shot and pan everybody? Because
Okay,
we're on Facebook Live right
Okay,
now.
so we're all going to get a big group shot. We'll probably take another one when more people are here, but let's all get a
You
big
need to
old...
go higher. Yeah, everybody come up here by the flag.
Well, I'm going to have to back this up to get.
So you can get a, can you go panoramic?
Yeah.
I can put this up higher if you want. Okay? Here, you hold this.
Okay.
You got it?
Uh-huh. Hold on, guys.
All right, guys, if you want to get in the photo, come on.
Yeah.
Right now, how's that?
Okay.
Then you can just adjust it
Okay.
downward.
All right. Good. Good. All right.
Just don't go on for 3 hours.
All right. What y'all got to say to the world? What you got to say? Hey. Woo!
Wait a minute. Where we are. These are mostly women who want no CRT.
No CRT and no mask.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Oh, yeah. Hold them up. Let's see it. Yeah. Woo. All right. Cool. All right.
Okay. Invitation then followed by the pledge.
Okay, so then we're going to start the meeting.
Okay, so if everybody could join with me, I'm going to pray for us here before we start off today. If you don't believe in prayer, I invite you to join hands. Can we do that? Can we join the hands?
We like germs. They build our immune system.
All right. All right, so much for today. And we know, Lord, that you are here with us and that you are in support of us. And we thank you for that, Lord. I pray, God, for our children that are here, that you will bless them, God. You will put protection over them, Lord. Keep them safe in every way. Grant us favor, Lord, favor for freedom, favor for liberty, to be ashamed of who you've created us to be, but to be proud and to be strong, Lord. Give us the strength that we need, God, to take back our city, to take back our commonwealth tonight. Whether we agree or disagree with them, God, we recognize that you have put them in the place of representation over this city. And we ask, Lord, that you will bless them. You will give them the strength it is that they need to overcome the obstacles that are in front of them, God. That everyone here tonight that wants to speak out, that you will give them courage, you will give them strength, and you will give them the opportunity to say what it is that needs to be said. And we thank you, God, that we live in this country of freedom. We live.
Very nice.
Nice job.
Great job.
Good job. That was great.
Ramparts we walk.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for coming. Brave people coming out here, especially the children, but we really appreciate you. So the whole reason we put this rally together is because Laura Hughes and Carolyn Weems put together a resolution to have the mask discussion and the CRT. So they definitely try to thwart all of the parents from speaking, because right now we have one agenda item speaker right now.
Wow.
So we're doing this to just try to get knowledge out there, and I do believe change happens in the community. And I really appreciate all of you taking your time. Our children have to be masked up for 6 hours a day while the adults are sitting in restaurants for a few hours a day. Free breathing. That is so wrong. So we actually went to the store. We were curious. And on all the mask boxes, they COVID. Does not eliminate the risk of contracting any virus. So, this is ridiculous. We did get this changed. This video, we're part of the Liberty Lovers group. We just love our freedom and liberty. And we were able to obtain this video a few weeks ago of a slide at recess before they changed the rule, masked up in 80-degree weather.
And in PE
And in PE outside recess. So that has gone away, but we still need to get the masks removed in class. I know it's a governor's order, but I think what made me more mad than anything was I got a call from one of the school board members who had asked Anderson, who I believe is somewhere here today, put a video out. And I don't know if you all are aware, the governor's mandate had a section, it was on page 17, that had an exemption. Certainly does. The other thing we're here for tonight is critical race theory. Our kids have enough issues right now in society. They're worried if they're too fat, too skinny, there's social, economics, they're not is wrong, they're denying those. So we're here to fight. I believe Vicki Manning, Laura Hughes, and Carolyn Weems, they're going to come out and speak for a few minutes. We do have some speakers in there tonight, but we have got to make sure we show up for these rallies. So I would love to have some kids and parents come up here and speak. And anyone who wants to speak, just come to me and be out, gone. Our kids do not have to be taught this. We are all made in God's image, and we are the masks. No way. So, you know, fall semester is only, what, 3 months away? We have got to fight this fight, and I'm hoping the governor lifts it. If he doesn't, we've got a fight on our hands. But I will not have my kid masked all day. And one other note for the speakers, I'm a non-agenda item speaker, so I have got to wait till after. I didn't speak till 9:15. I run 2 businesses. I wasted my time. I'm not paid. They're paid by us. They work for us. We have to remember that. So be brave. Keep fighting. Thank you, everybody, for showing up.
My school is Lincoln Park Elementary, and well, I've had a pretty bad experience with masks because like it makes it super hard to breathe, and like at school I have to wear it like all day, and masks they don't really protect anybody. People are COVID, so I'm just like, what is the point of masks if they don't even protect you? But I'm super glad that they made a rule now that that we can wear our masks. Well, that we don't have to wear a mask. More fun with our friends at recess, and that is.
Thank you. She needs to get her closer.
And I'm in 2nd grade. And I don't like masks because I had to go to the nurse. And they don't help because they keep in carbon dioxide and you breathe it in, and that can make you sick.
Yeah.
Do you want her?
My name is Hudson Gohan. I go to Lincoln Park like my sister Ashley. Before COVID hit, it was like living a great life, and then COVID hit. We all had to wear these masks that we didn't even agree to.
That's right. Did not
Hi, my name is Isla, and I'm a teacher at Princess Anne Middle School. And I had an incident with a teacher. She told me to put my mask on. Hands were full, so I could not. The next day, I asked her for directions where our classroom is, and she denied my help because she said I was rude and disrespectful for not wearing a mask. Wow. An awful experience. They don't do anything for you. All they do is make you look better, I guess. I don't know what to do with that. You're breathing in carbon dioxide. They don't tell you that at schools because they don't want you to know.
Before he starts, I just want to let everybody know we've got some pizza back here. So if everybody's hungry, I know it's dinner time.
Don't need lies and poison being taught to us through critical race theory ideology. Communication is done better without a mask, so I can read a person's facial expressions.
Wait a minute.
So masks, I don't like them. They don't protect you at all. I know some people, you can blow up balloons through your mask. So if you can do that, germs can get through your mask.
That's right.
So they don't protect you a single bit. So what's the point of wearing? The only people that have problems is if people have like lung problems, heart problems. that's the most likely to die. But most kids, they something that just doesn't help you. It doesn't help you at all, and it makes your breathing. Luckily, they did take it out outside, because before they did, I was running around and I got in trouble because I pulled it under, and because I was running around and I was having trouble breathing. And in school.
Good evening. My name is Tegan McKay. I'm a fifth grader at Virginia Beach Public Schools. I like to give my opinion on masks. Now, I'm not targeting anybody in this speech. I'm just trying to give my opinion. I love going to school. I really hate virtual. It ruins me. I don't like it. I had headaches all day, and so when we went back to school, I was super excited. One time, the mask got to my face, so I literally couldn't breathe at all. So I had to rip it off, and I got yelled at. At this point, I was already crying because I was having a panic attack. When they can't breathe. My sister, who's 5 years old, all she knows about school is cover your mouth, cover your nose, and stay away from your friends. See, generally, I guess anti-vaxxers are generally bullied by the public, so I feel like I will get bullied by that. Shouldn't be a thing. And there are side effects from the vaccine. Plus, this isn't even fully FDA approved. Thing with their body, like covering our mouths and making us get shots. There are multiple reasons why people choose not to get this vaccine. I hope someone out there hears me and doesn't brush me off just because I'm a kid. And I think that the governor and people who are making these decisions don't even have to experience it. Today I took an SOL, and I think that before he votes on our decisions. Thank you for your time. Good job.
Yeah!
Good job. Yeah, you get in the room. Jesus.
Because I can't breathe in a mask, and they won't let me take it off for like a second, and we're not allowed to take it off we only can take a short amount.
I know we have Tim Anderson up here, and I know he has limited time. If there are more kids who want to speak, I think maybe we'll form a line here. Tim, are you out here?
He's right here.
Oh. No. Anyway, this is Tim Anderson.
All right.
I was just trying to get ready to go talk to Conrad, and y'all busted me. All right, so definitely something that I want to talk about. We know what critical race theory is. We don't like critical race theory. We can all agree on that, right? We can all agree on that. But words have meaning. Hear them say, we are for critical race theory. What they're using are words like culturally responsive practices. And those are words that we have to start listening for because they mean the same thing.
Amen.
All right? Anybody know who Ibram Kennedy is? Okay. Racist unless you're anti-racist. All right? So if I dislike somebody because of the color of their skin, I'm racist. If I don't dislike somebody because of the color of their skin, I'm not racist. I have to be. Abraham Kennedy has taken over this. And let's talk about a few things about Ibram Kennedy. Quotes from him. White people are aliens. All right? No, I'm not joking. Okay? White people are aliens. Europeans are a different breed of humans. All right? These are direct quotes from somebody who has his words, his philosophies are in that building and are controlling the school board right now. So, what do we do about that? Well, equitable, equity. Now look, at at Old Donation Gifted School. All right, do you all know where that is, Old Donation? All right, the School for the Gifted. You have to take a test. There are kids firsthand that did not get admitted to the school. And there are other people that got far lower on the test. So we are now taking equity to an extreme position that the School for Gifted, not every child is gifted, and if you are, you are, and if you're not. And those are things we are seeing happen in this city right now. A video just came out that the teachers had to watch that was entitled, "Of Course You Are." Because everybody's racist, you were born and raised racist. So everybody is racist. That's what they were taught. That's what the teachers had to set up. It's in that building. It's in that building. And we have to watch for that. Now, on to masks. My God, masks. So, we whole day, I remember, because Latoya, if it goes below 80, she has to have 3 layers of clothes on her. But it was a cold day. And I remember that day because there were kids just like this sitting up here saying, I want to go back to school. And the VBEA people, just back then the CDC said the kids can go back to school. And they weren't letting it happen. The teacher said we had to be vaccinated. Okay, they're vaccinated. Slow rollout. Now they're saying the kids are going to still have to wear masks. Why? Why? That's the question. We were told all along, follow the science, follow the science, follow the science. Now the science. All right, so what can we do about it? And really, ultimately, here's the thing. What can we do about it? Because I'm going to tell you this. I see one school board member out here. I'll tell you this. We can sit out here and rally and fuss and complain all we want. We can go in there and rally and fuss. Or mind is going to be changed in that building. There are 3 people that think that we should have the masks off the kids, and there are the majority that don't. And there's nothing that we're going to be able to do right this minute. It means more. It means more than just standing out here. It means there's a couple of you that are standing here right now that need to step up and run for school board. You're going to have to, we have to get in that building and put people enemy to education in the city of Virginia Beach. Our kids are going to have to wear masks. That's what's going to happen here. And we're going to fuss and we're going to complain, but there's not anything we're going to be able to do about it because it's going to take a majority of them to change their mind.
That's right.
To start replacing them.
That's right.
All right, it's our job to start replacing them.
That's right.
All right. How do you replace them? Well, we can do enough to replace them. We have recall as an option. Ability to recall certain members of this school board right now for things that they've done.
Yeah.
Right now.
Let's do it. Recall.
If you can recall a couple members of these school boards and have special elections, it changes things. All right, that requires community because of the mask thing, because they've done a lot worse.
That's right.
A lot worse. Look at Vicki Manning's page. It's itemized. Look at what they did to her and her son just last month. It's recallable, and it's possible to pull them off of that think like we should think. The kids are not wearing masks in Florida.
That's right.
Okay, or Texas. Dying, the COVID rates aren't going through the roof.
Right.
We know that, and we've always known that. So listen, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. I'm running for office. I'm going to try to change some stuff at the state level if I win. But we have to fix the people that are on that. Fix them is to replace them.
Yeah. Recall. Recall. Recall.
So here's how you do a recall. I'm going to tell you very quickly because, I know a few things about this from Portsmouth.
That's right.
So you have to look at how many votes the general election had for that seat.
That's right.
And then you have to get 10% support and says this is what they've done that's wrong. And Vicki has she has the grounds to file recall petitions right now. And it takes, I would say there's probably 20,000 people in that building, or 20,000 people who voted, so that means 2,000, maybe 3,000 signatures is all it takes to start bringing the fight to that. Thanks for listening.
I need all teachers that fight for us. So does Tim Anderson. He really cares. So,
James also is on her way out there. I wanted to make sure we didn't leave her name off. Actually offered a resolution on children not wearing masks outside, and the school board chair and vice chair declined to put it on the agenda. Ms. Weems introduced one defining the equity policy and disavowing CRT. Same thing happened. We were trying up as agenda speakers because agenda speakers are part of the record. It's recorded and it is part of the record. So I think it's horrible masking our children. I think it's horrible teaching CRT. But the way they get away with all of this is by doing everything out of the view of the public. You're not allowed to talk with the emails, so they're not reading them. The recall is a great idea. Being out here is a great idea. Write letters, run for office, and it's at every level. The lower someone is on the ballot, the more it's going to touch and have enough power to shut these schools down for a year like he did before.
That's right. Woo! Yes, Laura.
Woo! And I want to talk to you guys about you not being. The city council can have the public come into their meetings. Why can't the school board? There's no reason for it. I'm so thankful that our friends at Channel 3 is here right now.
Yeah! Woo!
But they operate differently when the public's not watching, and it has to stop.
Right.
And when they bullied me on March 23rd, that was a big mistake.
Yeah.
Documents that my attorneys have requested, we're trying to, we have some charges that we're going to be bringing forward. We're just trying to decide how many of those we're going to be bringing forward. And then you great people out here can work on the recall petition. Okay, we just have to keep putting on the political pressure. I wrote a resolution to clarify what we're teaching and what we're training our teachers and there's so many terms out there: critical race theory, culturally responsive practices, culturally relative teaching, equity training. So my resolution was just simply, I didn't really mention CRT too much because it was just simply do, and some of those were, we make sure that we don't say one race is better than the other. We make sure that no one is shamed because of the color of their skin. We make sure that your moral character is not the color of your skin or your race. So, and I submitted it 14 days in advance, and our chair left me a message saying that it would not be on the agenda because she was afraid of misinformation. So by not putting it on the agenda, what does she cause? Confusion, misinformation. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to ask to amend the agenda, and I'm going to ask for it to be added, but you should have been able to read it 5 days ago because we posted 5 days before, our meeting, so that you could read the agenda and say, oh, I want to go speak, or I want to go listen to the discussion. If I disagree with the colleague, I do not want to shut conversation. I do not want to shut down community input. I do not want to shut down respectful dialogue, and that's what they've done tonight, and it's very disappointing, but not so. It gets 6 votes to be on the agenda, and then we'll have a vote on it in 2 weeks. So you'll have 2 weeks to email us and give us your input on whether you support the resolution or whatever, because this is the time to get input. Again, we appreciate you. I work for you. I work for the students of Virginia Beach, as does Laura and Vicki, and we always try to do what we think is best for our students, because to me, that's why I'm sitting in that chair, and that's the only reason I'm sitting in that chair. Thank you so much.
We got Gene.
Thank you. I'm here to speak in favor of the resolution that Carolyn just described. She has outlined all the things that we need to be concerned about and not limited it to just critical race theory. She's described everything that they shouldn't be doing, and we should be more optimistic. Since we are all here, they're going to feel the pressure. If they're feel the pressure, and that is exactly the pressure that they need to feel to force a vote. Because if there's a vote, then we can hold them accountable in a recall or an election, and that's the process we need to follow. but we need to insist that it show up on the agenda so that they have to vote. This country, from the beginning, we've had government intervention in race, slavery, and then Jim Crow laws, and then massive resistance, and then redlining. We've also gotten a whole lot better. There is no slavery, right? The Voting Rights Acts in the 60s that the Republicans supported as a greater percentage than the Democrats did, as a country all the way along. And that's in our DNA. We want to form a more perfect union. We're founded on the belief that we're all created equal. Critical race thing that has never worked, won't work, and we know that our system, the representative form of government that we have, does work. We're the best country in the whole world, in the history of the world.
That's right.
So that's why we need to say, support Carolyn's resolution that describes all the things that we don't want to happen so that we can move forward and form that more perfect union.
Hello everyone, my name is Kate Barnes. I'm here representing Kathy Owens, who's running for the second district right next door to Tim. I wanted to say, yeah, what he says, because that's my Catholic beliefs too. I think the two in office are going to be outstanding. They're going to fight for what the people want. They're going to make changes. They have it is right now. And Cassie was at your last rally, and she is in direct opposition to CRT. She's against anything that indoctrinates our kids to believe that there's white privilege and voter myself. I'm going to say this will pass. Come on. You don't really say, when I have a mask on, I can't not read. I can't see. I can't think. I can't hear. It's such a distraction. And we're supposed to be teaching kids. So when they're that we need community support. It's the only way we'll change things. So make sure you get out there and vote on June 5th for the 82nd and June
8th. See, I had the beautiful Diana right now, but anybody who wants to come, I guess we can just form a line up here and take it from there.
It's just a line in the sand. You know, it stirs something in my feet the whole way up. I have a 32-year-old son in Australia. That's a whole other amazing story. Living under socialism. Social? Are you sure? Yes, I'm very sure. That's what's happened there. And I'm preaching to the choir, so I don't have more to say, except that I am not. If there was another 1,000 coming, they'd be just as smart. And so, like, if not us, who? If not now, when? And that shirt that I got earlier, I do not. And the governor is another topic, so we need to replace. Thanks.
Hey everyone, my name is bldg, and you can't hear me? With the Tidewater Libertarian Party. And I just wanted to make a point that I think is useful for us all to think about in discussing critical race theory. We also need to think about justice. We all know what that is. There's also social justice, racial justice, ecological justice, environmental justice. There's a bunch of different justices out there. Now, to the degree that individual justice that they're supposed to be dealing out and instead provide us with social justice, then that individual is not getting the attention he deserves or she deserves by the pleasant sounding terms. Is it environmentally unjust that poor neighborhoods have less shade from trees? All right, this is it's true. And establishing parks and the like. We need to do that in a just fashion, but it shouldn't be the critical term. And stiffer sentences because they're hateful. All right. So I don't believe we should be judging people by the acts of criminality that they actually perpetrate. So think about these terms too when it comes to a discussion of
Hello! Is everybody fired up?
Hello!
Good. I'm Jeannie Baker. I'm the former president of Nemo Republican Women's Club. I've been in Virginia Beach since I've been in junior high school. My roots in Virginia go back to the 1600s, so I have a deep love for Virginia. Really gives me some hope.
Yes.
I know we all understand what critical race theory is, but I will still say, Marxism, because we're capitalist and we're the land of opportunity. Then Marxists came in and tried to get socialism in our country based off of race and pitting us against each other for different reasons.
Pick a reason.
Yeah, and so what I think is important is, first of all, that we do talk about it and try to share education about it so that people will be comfortable talking about it. We need to make sure there's more of us than is of them.
That's right.
Get to the polls. Yeah, because that will change. I'm bought into this agenda. So that's something we have to take seriously. How are we going to overcome that? And it has to the great experiment that our founding fathers had for our country.
Yeah, that's right.
And I also so pleased tonight. That is great. So we really need to be pushing our message out. Anytime we do anything, we need to let the media know. And if you have connections, let them know so we can get the coverage we wouldn't get otherwise. And I think that's it. I don't have anything else I would say. Thank you so much for your help. Got it. It's right here. To the school board and asked them to look at it and make sure it wasn't in our schools. And I got a response, and it's they said CRT and CSE is. I asked someone who's a Virginia Beach student, and they said they've seen it 3 or 4 times.
Wow.
Because this is really bad, and it gets much worse.
Can we see it?
Because there's children here.
Okay, can we hand it around to the adults?
You can come and look at it. I'm going to set it right on the table.
Thank you.
All right, then. All right.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay, I'm a nurse, long history dealing with people with viral diseases, wearing masks and whatnot, N95s, the real ones. But anyway, I've been watching this all along, and I see all the misinformation. We're kind of behind the ball, I guess, on what we're doing to fix this, but they're ahead of us. So anyway, these are liability forms. One is for the masks.
Excuse me,
and
sir.
holding them liable if something happens to your children. You just put their child's name of it. There's a lot of research attached to it, talking about how the masks do not work. They're ineffective. A lot of times they cause damage. And there's a lot of need to let them know you're watching them and they're on notice, okay? So I have another one here also on vaccines, because, you know, right after the masks, the vaccines are going to come down the road. My understanding is there's already some clinics set up in some of the schools to do that. Email it out to you. You can have a copy in Word format. Put your child's name in it. Send it out to your friends. Anybody else that wants a copy, we're happy to share, okay? And so are the frontline doctors. So I customized it to America as much as I could. Tim Anderson is going to take a look at it.
Speak, any kids? Okay, yeah, so there's soft drinks in the cooler, water, and pizza back here.
2 weeks ago, Saturday morning, he does Robert Dean's Facebook page. Every Saturday, he does a libertarian party. It's the first and the third of the month. So, go to the page.
Pull that mic up. Pull the mic.
You'll see all of the child abuse that's going on that people are unaware of. So, it's child abuse.
That's right. That's right. All right.
Hi folks, good afternoon. My name is Denise Wynn, and I just wanted to say one thing that's been my personal experience this year. I'm moving to Germany with my family, and maybe you all know this for sure. For other parents who agree with us, but I have been shocked this year at my school bus when I mention things about masks, or I mention things about potentially CRT, although I hate to get into that, or they're uninformed, or they're scared, I don't know what, but every time I open my big mouth at the bus stop, I feel as if I get looks like, oh, how dare you talk about that, or how dare you not agree with the masking policy, or how dare people, and continue to advocate with those people, because they may go home at night and remember what you said that day and decide they want to get more involved, because I don't know what it is. So maybe they just lead too busy of lives and they just can't be involved. So, you know, don't go to the person that you know is going to cheerlead with you. Thank you.
He was sitting with us right there with a black suit on. He's a black gentleman, sort of black. Eric, get up. Yeah.
All right, Eric.
And you know, I kind of agree with what she says. Oh yeah, but you know, it's kind of with all of us.
That's right.
Next time we're gonna have quadruple the amount of
Woo!
people.
Who is this coming up? What's his name?
My name is Meg, and
Closer to the mic.
I grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I think my parents were my, you know, and also knowing my relationship with God, because it helped, because there was a time when growing up,
It's okay.
I didn't like my life is. I didn't like it. I wish my hair was darker because I was, but I don't think it's healthy for kids to be taught that because of how they were born, nothing to their sex is their problem. And I think we should be judged by our character, and we can all be friends, and we need to focus on our unity.
No, no, no.
I can't leave. Okay, drop something. So, I guess I'm a minority. I guess I can't think from, let me take my glasses off so you can see me. Yeah, I'm the only guy in the suit, I tell you. I bury people for a living, that's what I do. But I guess I'm a minority. I guess I'm underprivileged, I'm underserved, I'm a statistic. To be there to bail us out. We need government to
grow your
tell
hair.
us how to grow my hair, man. Bald guys, man. You don't think bald guys are sexy, man, I tell you. But you know, I don't want to visit into a whole shenanigans of city versus private sector.
That's all right. I got it all on video.
Yeah,
Of what they
you
said.
know, and so I don't know. So when they talk about the media's here, they're not going to cover you fairly. They're not. It's not going to be fair coverage. It's not going to be, because you know what? Who's out here? You have mothers, aunts, grandmothers, children. You have dads out here who genuinely care about their city, who genuinely care about the direction of this country. And the sad fact is that there are people who want to transform it. And we had a former president that said, "I'm going to fundamentally change this country." And they're on the road to doing that. Because at the end of the day, they want slavery for all, not Medicaid for all. They want slavery for all, which is so regime. Could you stand to live under that? And this is how they're starting this. They're starting this thing through this indoctrination system of telling children that, you know, the young lady I felt so bad for her. I hated my whiteness. I mean, why should you hate anything? I formed you in your mother's womb. I knew who you were. You know, I set you apart. You know, I did all of that good stuff. And so that's what they're attempting to do. And some of these people, and I know some of these people, I mean, they're church-going people who have churches, and I mean, and they're on the city, on the school board dais in Georgia. And I'm going to tell you, he hates Trump, he hates him. But the one thing he's talking about, he says, you know, I'm tired of my preacher only preaching social justice, and that's where they're learning a lot of this stuff, is when they go to church on Sunday morning. Out the door, the white supremacist is what is the biggest thing against Black America today, and that's certainly not true. They're taking a cause which they're trying to deem it. But folks, I'm gonna tell you something.
It's a great case you have
this,
on
that,
there.
and the other, but they're school board racists, and I tell you, I ran for school board. You don't know how many people that don't care about I don't have kids at school. Or I don't know, I mean, well, you know, my kids going to take a look at, and you need to really be on. I'm going to tell you something, because you got 3 people, I'm going to say 3, I thought we had 4, but we got 3 people only that's there that are trying to stand with the majority of our citizens in Virginia Beach. Were we held back, Wendell and Merrill, because of our color of our skin? No. I have opportunity, and this is what America's all about. And they're not teaching what America's all about. They're not teaching that if you work hard, if you play by the rules, that the government can fix and solve everything. Reagan said, if you can't solve it, if the government couldn't solve it themselves, how can they govern you? How can they tell you how to run your life when they can't govern themselves either? When we're in trillions of dollars of debt, and the debt keeps rising every day, and you're going to say, oh no, but they're going to fix it all. These ships have destroyed families. I mean, I got one. You can't come to our house because you don't have our world. A piece of plastic, not plastic, a piece of whatever you call that thing, made in China, you inhaling stuff from China. All of that is designed to protect you from a virus that you can't see. So folks, we gotta get mad. We gotta get mad as hell. Seriously, we gotta get mad as hell. City council is big, the president's big, but the school board is where we need to put our energy. We need to get people who think like we do. She wants to defund the police. That's a very smart thing, but then when her campaign signs got destroyed by somebody somebody didn't like her, she called the police. But she's not the sharpest knife in the drawer anyway, so we can definitely say that. You know, she's not the smartest person. But at the end of the day, teachers union, the teachers union is being run by the governor, and he's being run by, I guess, his new president, and they're being run by George Soros. They are trying to manipulate this country into something else that we will never recognize again. Folks, I'm telling you, there are a lot of people I don't like. I'm just being very clear. I'm being honest. I don't like some people. And they're black.
That's your right.
Wrong. And there are people that I don't like, not because of the color of their skin, but because of their character, because of who they are as a person. And we can have differences of belief. Man. But the thing is, at the end of the day, is your belief detrimental to the fabric and to the foundation of what if at the end of the day we just have these rallies and just as often as we do it and we don't do anything. Okay.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Okay, good. I'm sorry. No, I'm done. Ladies come at me with handcuffs, so I don't know whether to get excited or to get
Laura Hughes' resolution is the mask resolution. It is on the agenda tonight. Previously blocked, it is item, get this, 13F, okay? I'm waiting on confirmation from Virginia Beach City Public School System. The public is allowed to speak on the agenda. So get all your friends right now to come out. And Carolyn Weems' resolution on critical race theory and the clarity of the equity policy is on the agenda. It's item 13G. So if you guys are online, you're watching, okay, we're trying to see if you're on the non-agenda to speak on these items, if you could be moved over to the agenda. Because according, again, to the bylaws, it says the bylaws that govern this body
up to speak in person for the agenda item. So they do that on purpose so nobody shows up. But now at 6:30, it's on the agenda all of a sudden. So really, you guys, call your friends. We're going to try to get everyone in there. Honestly, we should storm the place, but I didn't just say that. Okay.
It's so good to hear some good news. I know sometimes we feel like we're just being exactly what we need to be doing is fighting for our children. I'm Shaylee Rock. I'm an activist for Liberty Lovers. I'm a mom of 3 girls. Three beautiful mixed girls sitting on the culturally responsive practices that are racist. We've been talking about mask and the budget, which is enormous, and all these rights, okay? Parents have rights. Okay, these are our children. Okay, our children that we carried and birthed or adopted, or our neighbors' children or our grandchildren. These are our children. We need them to grow them into an adult who's going to be running things. Is our responsibility. We have these elected servants
there for a reason, because we cannot possibly be at all of the meetings for all of the agencies and all of the groups every day and remove them. There has to be a punishment for not listening to we the people. There's a little story that you might not have heard if you're not a friend of mine. Remember, there's a cutoff time for early dismissal, but I couldn't remember exactly what it was because we've been in school and out of school and in school, and I have kids at multiple schools. And they said, oh, that cutoff time's 3:30. I said, dang it, I'm gonna pull up at probably 3:36. What do I have to do to get an exception to be able to get my kid? Oh, she came back and said, the principal said, no, you cannot have your child.
No.
I was floored.
No.
And understands how serious this is. And she said, no, you cannot. And I was very upset, but I said, well, I know it's inconvenient. And another secretary answered, and she said, no. The principal said no. And I said, I am her parent. I am her legal guardian. I will be said. The principal said you cannot have your child, and she hung up the phone. And when I rang the doorbell, the school resource officer, armed Virginia Beach policeman, met me at the door. What is the problem? Let me tell you, it's a long story, but they never would give me my child.
You're kidding.
They refused to give me my child. It is a major problem in them believing that they have the power to do this. What gives them the right to illegally hold my child? To hold her captive? To kidnap her? To illegally detain her? I was treated like a criminal, okay? I was respected, and they are being trampled. And you have a responsibility to step up and fight. I'm so glad you're here. That's a good step. We are here every month, my husband and I. We are writing and calling and emailing. We have become leaders and part of an activist group so that we can make a change. Our children, for educational purposes that we pay for with our tax money, thank you, we are not giving them away. Teach them religion or anti-religion, morals or anti-morals, racist behaviors. Okay, that's not the purpose. Liberty lovers, we meet on Thursdays. You can see one of the organizers. We'll take your email address. You can get on our list. But please,
We're waiting to hear confirmation as to whether or not people can get in there and speak, even if you're not on the agenda. So does anybody else want to come up and speak? Okay.
I just wanted to say that you're paying for all this in ways that we don't want. That's number one. Number two, my sign says
to these people?
Hitler loved critical race theory. In the 1930s, murder and a world war. We're not Germany. We're America, and we don't need to let this happen. We have individual rights. We have the right to be proud of who we are. Parasites. You cannot live on the blood of everybody else that fought for this country and do nothing. We are at war between good and evil, I believe. So that's all I wanted to say.
Anyway, since we're looking at Nazi Germany inside that building, I want y'all to yell this one so they can hear you. USA! 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 I know y'all sick and tired of what's going on right now with the CRT, with the mask mandates. I'm going to give you a little advice. Make sure you get a trash can, put some gasoline fuel in it. You got America backing you. Just because they wanted to corrupt a bunch of liberals' minds. Trust me on this one. You got Republicans, you got patriots, you got America. See, when y'all call me to speak, I'm going to make sure I fire you up because our country's on our line. Our kids' future is on the line. Going right now. And what they're trying to do is silence them. They're trying to tell them will be. Is that something that America believes in? Is that socialism? Isn't that the trash talking that the Democrats want? They want us fighting each other. The rest of America straight on out with the American flag with it. There is no excuse or no tolerance at this time period for what's going on inside that. See, I'm 100% conservative, and I believe in our kids being able to blossom and grow. I believe in seeing their faces smile when they play on. They keep talking about the bullies are in the school. The bullies are sitting up there legislating bullshit. There's no excuse. When a mother saw somebody trying to snatch her baby after she gave birth to them, she fought like hell. Right now, for Virginia Beach, all over Virginia, all over America, I need for
Can I have all the children, the beautiful, beautiful children that showed up here? Can you come over here with me for a minute? Can I? Oh, good job. Good. Come on, you're cute. Come on, kids. You don't even have to be really little.
What?
Come on,
All the
see.
kids
You just have to stand right there. You don't have to do a darn thing but smile. Hi. There we go. You're a kid. You want to get over there too? And I want you to know that that is the only thing that should take someone's breath away. Is beautiful children's faces.
Annie.
So things are a little upside down in this world right now. I'm going to tell you. Bio means life. Hazard means something that interferes with life. There you go. What constitutes life? We just can't figure it out. And I want you to know something. That you all life without rich diversity. And until they can figure that out, I want you to really understand that you don't need permission to breathe your breath from you. That is something that God has given you and breathed into you. No one. Don't let anyone take it away. Okay? Until these are what life means, I want you to know that you are beautiful and worthy and deserving of it. Okay? So would you do me all a favor? Can we stand in front of this great American flag and give a shout out maybe 2 or 3 times and say with me, I am not a biohazard. Beautiful smiling faces. And you're gonna say, we are not biohazards.
We are not biohazards. We are not biohazards.
They did good. They were up there.
I'm worthy of life.
I am worthy of life.
Worthy of life.
Just what life is. You need to listen to them and celebrate them. They are worthy. And I can't breathe.
And it's on Facebook and try to join it. She's awesome.
My name is Becky Hay, and I'm part of the Virginia Back to School group, actually originally. And then
Those aren't peanuts. Those are. How did you eat? Well, drink
education. What is critical race theory? What does that mean? There's a sheet over there that'll give you some talking points. So maybe take a snapshot on your phone of that. It will help you explain some of the terms that are used because they don't come out, but you know it when you see it because it definitely has some defining characteristics about it. When I was in kindergarten, and when my kids were in kindergarten, you usually sit for a team or a class. Nowadays, teachers are bringing in things into the classroom that are dividing and separating. They're saying, well, how is that a united group of
Virginians, of Virginia Beachans, of Americans, of humans. We're taking that away. It's not happening. They're denying it. They're being offered proof. We've got teachers coming to us with examples. We've got parents. We've got students. And the school board is saying, no, we're not doing that. You guys remember 70 people signed up to speak, and they didn't want to hear it, so they didn't put it on there. So we need to be vigilant and keep going. We need to support the school board members that are fighting against this, to require teachers to get cultural proficiency training in order to renew their licensure. That's what's going on at the state level. In addition, if you go onto the VOE's website, their Ed Equity program, you will see that they are having the VOE. So this is at all levels of government. We've got to band together. The great thing about the rally tonight, I've been to several throughout the past year, unfortunately, because we've had to stay on top of the school board for so many reasons. The mass group, we need to build these coalitions and work together, and we need to be relentless and keep on these people. So yes, I'm going to just reiterate what everyone has said. It's great to be here. It's great. The General Assembly also. All of these school board members might be up for re-election this year. They may all have to rerun for this year. And we need people ready to run and to take out the garbage, because there's some garbage on that school board right now. I have Hazel too. So thanks for coming tonight.
Again, let me just been texting with inside there. So Laura's agenda item